Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Mrs. Jetting and I will be your student's first grade teacher this year. I'm excited for this year and excited to meet everyone. Welcome again. These are my classroom expectations. There is just 5 of them, so be caring, be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and then just never give up. What I would like to see and expect in my classroom is students just having so much fun with math, discovering new things, working out a problem and getting it right, things like that. Some routines that we will be doing in our classroom is called Math Talk. So kind of a little brief summary of what Talk is for about 20 to 30 minutes. We will be sitting down, maybe working on a couple problems, but really talking about that math problem. Having students explain and justify how they're getting their answers, let them talk out their exact thinking process of how they discovered that answer. This just gives each student more of a deeper understanding of how to solve that problem. Also, it might shine a new light to another student how that one student figured out the problem, and let them uncover the answer to that problem in that type of way or strategy. So this is one thing that we will definitely do, and you'll definitely see in my math classroom. This year in my classroom, we are one-to-one with the iPads. What that means is that each student will get an iPad or have access to one. But I will just supplement instruction with the iPad, meaning we will just use this as an aid. We won't be using this a whole lot, but in math, I do have a lot of fun and unique resources to use just to help with extra practice on the iPad. There are some fun games that students will like and that will keep them engaged, but that will also help them work on their math content and mastery skill of adding and subtracting and telling time this year. So we are looking forward to this option that we have in our classroom. So don't be surprised if your kiddo comes home and always talks about the iPad, because this will be a fun tool that we will be using here in our classroom. So let me give you a little overview of what our first grade classroom will look like this year. Typically in first grade, students will be learning how to count by adding and subtracting numbers as well. They will be using a lot of manipulatives in the classroom just so they can get a little bit of a deeper understanding of place value when adding and subtracting numbers. So here are some manipulatives I will be using in our classroom. There is, right up at the top, there's some base 10 blocks. These are very beneficial for understanding place value. And then there's some small other manipulatives that we will be using for counting. Another really big thing that we will be learning this year in classroom is how to tell time. Yes, we still will tell time, and this will be a very beneficial thing for students to do as they get older, and this will also help them understanding and counting money as well, and we will be touching a little bit on that this year as well. One last thing that you could see in here is shapes. We will be doing a little bit of geometry this year, and letting the students be a little bit more familiar with shapes as well. So how do we stay connected? I will be using this app called Seesaw in the classroom. So what this app is I will be posting videos, pictures of writings, of your students' progress. Each of you will have an account set up through the classroom, and you can look at specific stuff that your child has been doing. How cool, right? So yeah, every day I will post something, or every other. Also, you can always email me if you have any questions or concerns. And then there on my website, that there will also be other resources and tools that you could use at home with your students. So here's below is my email address and my website. If you do have any questions, you can always email me. Otherwise, there is a cool spot in Seesaw that you can make comments, and then I can always answer it that way as well. Alright, so to wrap up our open house, I will open the floor up for any questions you guys may have about this upcoming year. Awesome, great question. Do students still have to learn their multiplication tables? Well, typically not in a first grade setting. I will be having different instruction based on student skill. So if that means they're more advanced, they potentially could be exposed to their multiplication tables. Just kind of depends on where the student is at. But typically, no, not in a first grade setting. Awesome, great question. Why are we teaching the new math stuff? This new math stuff that we are trying to incorporate in our classroom just gives our students a little bit more innovative thinking, more hands-on, and just gives them a deeper understanding in math. And then we will go on to the standard algorithm. We just want them to have a little bit of a deeper understanding of math and help them with their critical thinking skills. That wraps up our open house. Thank you guys so much for taking time to come listen about your students' upcoming first grade year. At any point, if you do have any questions, just let me know. I will be posting this video on our website, so you can go back and look at it for future reference. Once again, thank you, and looking forward to spending the next year with you guys.